everybody's attention?
You gotta make sure they see you, right?
I'm not a shusher. Welcome to Israel. I'm Jane Will, the chair of the community mission.
Awesome, Jane Will.
We have been waiting for this moment for almost 2 years, and now it's finally here. I am filled with so much pride. On behalf of the mission vice chairs, Alan and Debbie Janoff, Stephen and Abina Levy, Stephen and Eric Anito, and our Federation leadership, in particular President Scott Krieger and CEO Dov Ben Shimon, thank you for being here and sharing your time and yourselves with our community as we commemorate Israel's 70th birthday. A special thank you to the Grand Marshals for our welcome parade. While we are here celebrating the birth of Israel in 1948, these individuals were also born in 1948. What a fitting beginning to our evening together. What could be more appropriate than starting our journey in Tel Aviv? The name Tel Aviv literally means old and new. A tel is an ancient site, and Aviv means spring, a breath of fresh air. The founders of this city, which is the first new Jewish neighborhood outside of the Jaffa city walls, wanted to create something modern and forward-looking, but with a strong awareness of history and tradition. And being with all of you, our greater Metro West Jewish community, in a place where we have not been together before, is truly a Tel Aviv moment. Our next week will reflect upon our rich history and tradition in the land of our ancestors, our future as a community and people. We will sing, we will dance, we will learn, we will laugh, and we will cry a little bit too. And we will do all of this together. This mission has truly been a labor of love for all those involved. It is a broad-based community. Being together, It is a broad-based community mission. Being together with people from across our vast community, from different geographic areas, different synagogues, different agencies, first-timers and veterans alike, to begin a new narrative for our Federation. We have had tremendous partnership from our volunteer leadership and our professional team, our agencies and our rabbis. And I thank you all so much for being here and your time. And to that, I want to invite the rabbi from Congregation B'nai Jeshurun, Rabbi Matt, and other community rabbis to join me for a few opening remarks. Thank you so much for being here.
Bruchim Abbaim, everyone. Welcome to Tel Aviv and to Jerusalem. On behalf of my colleagues, a couple of opening comments to frame our next few days together. There is a story that is told about two individuals who are in a desert, and both of them are completely lost and have no idea how it is that they're going to get out. And each of them somehow run into each other. They explain what's going on, and each says, "I had this bizarre dream last night." And the dream is that they're told somehow during the evening that they have to collect as much sand as they can from the desert as they're walking. And the more sand they collect, the more of an opportunity or the chance they're going to have to get out. And they said, how is it possible that each of us have had that same dream, but it's bizarre enough and serendipitous enough that we might as well follow its instructions? So sure enough, they do. They start to go through the desert and they start to put sand in their pockets. And slowly but surely, although they put less and less sand as they go along, because they become tired and engaged in conversation, they get out of the desert. When they get out, they said, why do the pockets feel so heavy suddenly? And what had happened is that each of the grains of sand that they put in their pocket turned into jewels, turned into the finest of gold and silver, of emerald, of diamonds, of every kind you could imagine. And they became really happy, but also a little sad. Happy that they found their way out, happy that somehow they became wealthier because of the diamonds and gold found in their pockets, but sad because they didn't pick up nearly as much sand as they could have had they paid attention to the actual direction in the dream. So I tell this story because there's one direction on behalf of all of us to all of you, and that is during this next week, metaphorically, you go out there and you pick up as much sand as possible. We want you to do that with your eyes. We want you to do that with your ears. We want you to do that with your taste and with your touch. Because one thing I could tell you from being here so many times in my life, and thank God leading so many trips, is that every single grain of sand that you collect, I promise you when you get home, will become like jewelry, will become like the finest diamonds and the finest gold and the finest emeralds you could ever imagine. Nothing will ever mean as much to you as you can by experiencing a trip like this. So do me a favor and leave the stock market back at home. Do me a favor and leave your law offices back at home. Do me a favor and leave your medical practices back at home. I promise you the politics will be waiting for you. You don't have to run CNN and Fox and CNBC all the time here. It's 7 hours away. Spend your time collecting sand. Spend your time getting rich because of the experience that you have here. Because I promise you again, it will be one of a lifetime. One last piece before we say Shachianu, thanking God for the fact that we're here together. What you see behind me, and there are others to come, everyone says this doesn't happen. Reformed Jews don't hang out with conservative Jews, and conservative Jews don't hang out with Orthodox Jews, and Orthodox Jews don't hang out with unaffiliated Jews or Reconstructionist Jews. In our community, that's not true. Yeah, give it a hand. That is not true. This is the ideal of pluralism. This is the idea of community coming together. As Israel's turned 70, there's something messianic going on, and that means we end divisiveness as it relates to Jews. What you see behind you is an extraordinary, extraordinary gift of which I am so proud to be a part. Right here, you can't see him because he's plugged into his guitar besides clergy and others who are still flying in. This is Matt Turk, teacher of music and of spirit, has joined us on all of our trips and is going to be the communal song leader here. Welcome to Matt Turk. And he's going to lead us in the Shechianu, thanking God that we're here together. So let us just say, dear God, we thank you for giving us life. We thank you for sustaining us. And we thank you so much for bringing us to this incredibly joyous moment for our Metro West community as together we say, Amen. God, please. Everyone can join us.
She's jumping!